Hello, my name is Marco, founder of Muscle Earning, where we help skinny fat guys get lean and get V-shape physique. In today's video, I want to talk about one specific topic that is, I see, consistent and popular across social media and across internet. And that is differentiating between the signal and the noise. What is signal and what is noise in terms of building a good looking male physique? You know, when I look at social media today, and when I look at Instagram, YouTube, online fitness influencers and stuff like that, I see a common pattern in there, and it's that a lot of these people are shouting out noise. And when I say noise, I mean they are telling you to do hybrid training, they are telling you to run, they are telling you to fast, do intermittent fasting to lose fat, they are telling you to eat one meal per day. Like, that's a lot of noise. And if you are not aware that that is noise, you will struggle to build a good looking male physique. You will struggle to look good. You will struggle to put on muscle and lose fat, because that's a lie. Like, that's a BS. Sure, you can get fitter and you can get stronger by just going to the gym and by just eating healthier. Sure, that definitely will help you get healthy. Okay, I'm not saying do not do that. What I'm saying is that if you're skinny fat and if you struggle looking good, if you don't like the way you look, and you're running and you're lifting weights just for the sake of lifting weights, like you're lifting light weights and stuff like that, and you're eating whole foods, you're eating one meal per day, and you're disciplined, and you're tough, but you're not making any progress with your physique, well, that should be a sign to you that what you're doing is not working. So you need to change that. So what I'm saying is that you are listening to the noise instead of listening to the signal. Noise is like constant, like on the radio station. Like, noise is that crunchy sound that you cannot hear, and signal is pretty much radio, right? It's music, it's crisp audio, right? And you have to differentiate so basically signal is what works and noise is what doesn't work. And if you are running, if you are doing the things I mentioned previously, you're listening to noise. You're not listening to signal, to doing things that are going to actually build you the physique that you want, the body that you want. So I'm going to tell you in this video what is the signal, okay? Because you're here and you want to look good, you want to build muscle, you want to lose fat, you want to have six-pack abs, you want to have big, broad, wide shoulders, big, broad, wide back, thick chest. You want these things. So I'm going to show you how to actually get these things. Because, I understand, when you see people on social media and they look good, like you want to look like them, and they are running and they are, eating healthy and eating whole foods all the time and eating only one meal per day. And you're like, oh, okay, so if I run, if I do CrossFit, if I do hybrid training, I will look like that. Do not be fooled. Do not make a mistake. These things are smoke and mirrors designed to sell you. These things are fads. Okay? If you want to look good, you need to build muscle. You need to have muscle, and you need to lose body fat. You need to lose love handles, and you need to lose belly fat, and you need to lose fat across your whole body. That's what you need to do if you want to look good. When I say build muscle, you have to build muscle across your whole body, but mainly you have to develop upper body area that's wide, and then tight and narrow waist, and then having proportional athletic legs to pair that. Okay, so those are the two things that you need to do: build muscle and lose fat. And CrossFit, running, eating only one meal per day, that's not going to build you muscle and lose you fat, because you're under eating and you're not training for muscle growth. You're training to break a sweat. You're training to break a sweat. How do you train for muscle growth? Well, hypertrophy. You put tension on the muscle, and then you feed your muscles with protein and calories after that training session so they can recover and they can grow. And you have to sleep well as well, because sleep is that, well, everything happens, right? 8 hours of sleep, 7 hours of sleep, 7+ hours. But you have to train, so you have to train for muscle growth. You have to train for hypertrophy. And you have to feed your body good, and you have to sleep good, okay? When you run, when you do CrossFit, you're essentially training for cardio. And I'm not saying that is bad. I'm just saying that is not the thing you want to do for your goals. Because if your goal is to look good, okay, then you have to, as I just said, you have to build muscle and you have to lose fat. And again, how do you do that? Well, you train for hypertrophy, you train to build muscle, and you train and you eat properly. You eat enough calories and enough protein so your body can actually build the muscle that you damaged in the gym, okay? So when I say you train for hypertrophy, what do I mean? Well, I just mentioned it previously. You have to signal to the muscle that to tell them essentially, hey, you need to grow. How do you do that? Well, you put weight, you put pressure, you put load on the muscle. And you keep that weight constant. You stress out the muscle, essentially. So how do you do that? Progressive overload and training close to failure or to failure. What is progressive overload? And I mentioned this across all of my videos, but I will do that again because it's really important. These two things are really important for muscle growth and for what we are trying to do, hypertrophy. So progressive overload, it means increasing in weight or reps on your exercises over time. So putting more and more stress, more and more load on your muscles. How do you do that? More weight or more reps, more sets, etc. So doing more so your muscle has new stimulus, right? It has new weight or new stress that it has to adapt to, meaning it grows, right? And training close to failure, what is training to failure? That means when your muscle cannot contract anymore. So you cannot do another repetition with your exercise. So let's say you're doing, 20-pound bicep curl and you're at 10 reps and you cannot do another 11th rep. That is failure because, your muscle cannot contract anymore, right? Your muscle fibers are exhausted. They cannot contract anymore. And that means you hit muscle failure. You need those two things, increasing in weight or reps or sets or tension, increasing load on muscle, essentially. And you need to actually train close to failure. So either have do one rep short of failure or go to failure. Sometimes go to failure, sometimes don't. You don't want to go to failure every single time because that will stress out your central nervous system. Central nervous system is essentially your whole body, right? So because exercise is systemic, meaning when I squat, it's not that only my legs are going to be fatigued, my whole body will be fatigued, right? So I will need to recover from that, etc. Okay. So back to the actual topic of this video is determining signal from the noise. I want you to be very careful to who you listen to, and don't take my word for this. Like, I want you to fact check everything. Like, you shouldn't take any word anyone says just like that. You should always double check it and test it, and then do your due diligence. But you want to determine signal from noise, signal what is actually working towards your goals and what isn't. And I'm telling you that if you are running, hybrid training, crossfitting, high rogues, training for marathon, eating only 1 meal per day, or eating only 2 meals per day, or skipping meals, or avoiding protein, I don't know, carbs, keto. That's whole, like, please, you need carbs. Carbs bring energy. They will help you fuel your workouts. You will have more strength in your workouts. You will progress faster and better, and you will build more muscles. You need carbs. Do not fall for the noise. Keto is noise. But you want to determine signal from noise. Determine what is working from what is not working towards your specific goal, right? Towards what you want to do. And as I told you, if you're skinny fat and you want to look good, you need to build muscle and lose fat. Build muscle in the shoulders, chest, and back area mostly, so you create the V shape, and lose fat so you actually reveal the abs and the muscles that you have built. And how you do that? You do not do that by listening to noise. You do not fall for the gimmicks. You do not fall for the fads. But you build muscle. You train for hypertrophy. You train for muscle growth. Okay. Remember, progressive overload, training close to failure, tension, constant tension on the muscle. Train, feed your muscles properly. Protein plus calories. Feed enough calories and protein. Okay. Do not skip meals. Do not undereat. Okay. Do not fear food. That is how you do it. And every time you go, in the world, wake up, and you're listening to all of these people, which you shouldn't do. You should only really pick one person and listen to one person, or two people. Listen to those, because there's a lot of conflicting advice and stuff like that. But you're going through life and determining what is signal and what is noise. Okay. And I'm telling you, I told you what is noise currently that I see in the fitness space today. It's these gimmicks that simply do not work. These fad diets, like all of that bullshit is causing you to undereat and not train properly, which means you're skinny fat. So you have no muscle mass and you have body fat percentage. You have high body fat percentage. Why do you do that? Well, it's because you're overtraining and training like hell, exhausting your whole body and not feeding it properly. When you run, you put your body in a catabolic state. Running is a stressful environment. So when you do that, your body starts to hold on to fat and burn muscle. So it first of all burns through your glycogen stores, which is basically stored carbs. And after it does so, about 30-40 minutes after your runs, it starts to burn through muscle. And if you're not feeding your body properly, you are not going to replace those glycogen stores, and you're not going to your body will just go into catabolic state because you don't have energy, you don't have calories, you don't have food in your system anymore, right? So that's about it for this video. That's all I wanted to tell you guys is to determine signal from the noise. Do not fall for the noise. Do not fall, again, I'm repeating myself, but do not fall for the gimmicks. Go through life thinking, okay, what is signal and what is noise? Okay, what do I want to do? Okay, I want to build this physique. Okay, I need to do this. And I do not need to do this because this is noise. I'm not going to spend my energy on this because this is BS. Like, I cannot, this doesn't work. But this is signal. This works. Oh, okay, I'm going to do this. And then you slam it. Okay? And remember, you need to stimulate the muscle to grow. You do that in the gym, training close to failure, progressive overload. And you have to also pick the right exercises as well. And you need to do them properly as well. That's another thing as well. But as well, just go through through your days aware. Be aware and do not fall for these gimmicks and these fads and these things that simply do not work. Okay, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, I want you to click the like button, just right there down below, and I want you to tap as well the subscribe button down below as well. And if you want to hear more about me, then click the notifications button so you receive a notification every time I upload video. And I want you to leave something down in the comments below. What do you think about this video? Did you find it helpful? What do you want me to cover next in the next video? And that's about it. Hope that you will start determining signal from noise, and you will actually make leaps and bounds progress in the way you look in the next following months. That's about it. Thank you for watching, and peace out.